Morning! Another Monday has come around again. Right, let's show you what we're on to today. I alluded to it in the end of the last video. We have a Saab 1.9 TID 93. As you can see, it's been sat a long time. I think it'll clean up okay. I've just pulled it in this morning, so the battery's holding. I hadn't started it since Friday, so the battery's doing okay. Issue we're having with it is the gear selector. It's really stiff. I can't find reverse, but there is a known common problem with these, with the pivot on the gear selector. So what we're going to do today is we are going to get the gear selector off the gearbox, and we're going to have a look and see what we can find. The nylon bush apparently deteriorates, so what I'm going to do is get the gear selector off the gearbox and see whether it feels tight or loose or just not quite right. But what we've got to do is take out the battery box, and then we've got full access to the gear selector. So I will crack on with that now. Right, battery's out. So obviously just the battery clamp and the battery posts, and then the tray was held in with 3 Torx. You had to unclip this bit and this bit off the side of the airbox. But now we can get to, I know it's a bit of a dark hole in there, hang on. There you go, and now we can get to the selector. So it's held in with 3 Torx, and then the cables. So what I'm gonna do is pop the cables off, just make sure they move freely, and then we'll undo the rest of it. Right, I haven't popped them off yet, but I can tell a few things already. That one moves free as a bird, so that is back and forth. That's when the gear stick goes from sort of first into second, third into fourth, fifth into sixth. And this is the left and right. And this is really stiff. Ooh. And the pivot, you can't see, but the pivot is this arm here that it sits on. That is what goes stiff. So at the moment it is looking like that. So I've got to pop that off, just make sure that cable moves freely, and if it is, we know it's definitely in this part. And just to show it, nice and easy, that's the back and forth, and I've got the left and right off. That's nice and easy as well. So it's definitely in here. So let's carry on. Just waiting for the airline to charge up. There's lots of debris in there, so I don't want to take the top off and lose that in the gearbox. So I'm just waiting for the airline to charge up so I can give it a blowout. So while looking around it, I don't have any documentation for it yet. I don't know if there is any, but it says the timing belt was changed 10,000 miles ago, so that's good. Air conditioning service, 2012 I think that is. Brake fluid change 2012. So I have to keep an eye on things like that, but it's nice to see that it has had some work done and been kind of looked after. I'm guessing it was probably parked up, maybe for this reason, or it was just parked up and left, and this has caused, and it's just not, you know, this has started and it's not gone anywhere since because of that. So hopefully it's quite a nice car. And there we go, it is out. So it is the 3 Torx bolts. Just going to quickly put a rag in there just to cover that up, make sure nothing falls in. And then we've got the gear selector here. So I'll show you what I presume is going to be the problem. Okay, so we've got our selector. Up and down is absolutely fine. Going left to right is very, very seized. Well, I say very, very seized. It's very, very tight. I can move it with a bar. There we go. But trying to use the cables, well, it does go up with a bar. But going with the cables, it's obviously struggling a bit. No, not going to get it in there. Basically, it's this bush in here on this pivot that breaks down. So what I'm going to do is give that a good grease up, spray a load of spray in there, get it moving, see if I can free it up, just so I can put it back on the car and test reverse. And as long as we've got reverse, then we know it's this, and we'll order one of these, and I know the car is good to purchase. So let's get this lubed up. Right, I think we've lubed that up well enough. So it moves up and down quite freely now. I mean, it's not as loose as the other way, although, I don't know, maybe. But we got first, second, well, probably fifth and sixth there. And then if you go at far extremity, we've only got one way, which is reverse. So I reckon we'll just work that for another couple of minutes and then we'll stick it back on and see what happens. Okay, we're started. I've still got that on the dashboard. Stability control failure. I need to try and work out what that is. If I press that, it goes away for now. Right, have we got reverse? Oh! Woohoo! Hang on, let's just move this door. No, that door doesn't go. There. Yes. First. Yep. Second. Yep. Third. Yep. Fourth. Yep. Fifth. Yep. Sixth. Yep. Reverse. Yes. So, we know we've got to get one of those repair things. I mean, it's fine for now, but at least I can drive it and take it for an MOT. But before we either use it or retail it, we've got to get one of those repair bits. Job's a good one. Let's see what it needs, shall we? Right, well, we have a fail, and it is that electronic stability control warning that has failed us. So we have failed, yes. Electronic stability control warning indicates a fault. Windscreen damaged. That's got a little crack along the bottom of the windscreen. It's been advised on the last few MOTs. Rear plate deteriorated and all discs. It's not surprising the discs are a bit manky, seeing it's been sat for so long. So, I need to find out what this is. I did get my friend to plug it in while I was there, and it came up with, hang on. It came up with a U2142-00 code, which points to the yaw sensor. So I need to Google that and find out where that comes from, where it goes, and the wiring to it. Right, it's literally 2 minutes later. I'm going back to the MOT station to get a pass. The yaw sensor has its own fuse. Fuse number 26. It had corroded where it was so old. Put a new fuse in. Boom! Let's go and get a ticket. And here she is. She's washed, she's ticketed, and she's ready for a good test drive now. Got to be happy with that. Another coffee morning here at Bridge. Got an SS Jaguar. Glorious Aston Martin. The Jaguar E-Type. Pretty, but I've never quite understood it being the most beautiful car in the world. That, no idea, don't know why. Velocet. A Royal Enfield. And a Matchless. Again, don't know why. Dino. And obviously the best car in here, no, the Defender. A Norton, a BSA, and a BMW. Oh, and a Solex. Right, well, morning, it's now Wednesday. You saw the little snippet. I went to Bridge yesterday, took the Saab. Drove absolutely fine. Might have a little grumbly wheel bearing, but I'll look at that when I can get it on the lift. But yeah, another good day. So back in Wednesday. Today, I'm carrying on doing painting on the side panels for the dashboard. Just got to prime them, black the backs, and then prime the fronts, ready for the whole lot to go off for paint on the blue top coat. I've got my adapter for the air horn, so I'm just charging the compressors up now to give that a try, see if that works on a switch. and we're going to probably dig out some wood to start making the rear cover panel for the compressors. I might even get the front end back on the Defender today. It's about time it went back together a bit more. So yes, that's probably what we'll get done today. I've got to finish early. I've got to go off to hospital for a CT scan today. So I won't be here that long, but we need to get on and do as much as we can in the time we've got. So let's crack on. Let's get this compressor charged up, or tank charged up, and we'll try this horn. Right, so the horn is connected. The tank's charged up. Shall we see if it works? Ready? There you go. That works. So we know we can get on with that then. We can fit that, get another switch. Job's a good one. Right, so that's the box made. I think I need to trim down the bottom edge and just drop that corner a touch. And then I need to put some brackets on the bulkhead there to rest it on, or to screw it down to. But that's the idea basically, and then we'll carpet that. I just need to see if I've got enough room just to drop this down a touch so it's sort of flush with the side. And obviously I need to carpet it as well. I'll use the same sort of carpet as I've got on the sides, or maybe even some rubber mat. I don't know, we'll see. So yeah, so let's now see how much room I've got to play with. Okay, I've bolted a couple of brackets to the bulkhead, so now we're fairly solid. So what I'll probably do is put some Velcro, once the carpet's on, I'll put some Velcro on the bottom of them, so then and I need to probably trim this base down as well, and then that will just lift out if we ever need to. So right, that's that job done. Question is, do I put air vents in it? Probably should do, I reckon. We'll get the carpet on and maybe drill some holes and then put the carpet on, whatever. Probably at the base here as opposed to the top, because obviously I don't want stuff falling in. We'll have a think about that. Car audio security said you don't really need anything, but I think I'd rather have a bit of airflow at least. Right, well, something I did forget to mention. After going to Bridge on Tuesday, we also went and picked up a new car for the wife. Now, I'm sure I've mentioned before, her L322 has injector problems, whether that be an injector or the injector rail, wiring loom, or something else, fuel pump, don't know. 227,000 miles, and it just cuts out on her and she won't drive it anymore. So she's been using the P38, but that's also had its problems. The wipers have stopped working, like I showed you the other day, although they do just come on when they feel like it. And it's got no parking sensors, and she wasn't happy with it. So we went out and got a new car. So she got a Jaguar X-Type. Obviously, I've got the XJ, but that's too big for her. So we got her the X-Type, the 2.2 TDCi automatic. So basically a Mondeo, I think, underneath. 130,000 miles, full service history. Some of it by Jag. 2 owners, I think. 2009, 2008, 2009. So anyway, she's over the moon with that. So, and here's the X-Type, just a quick thing to show you. 58 plate, 2009 car, sport kit. Unfortunately, it's got the cream interior. We might better rectify that later. But that is the wife's L322 Range Rover replacement. It's quite a nice car, actually. I wanted to weigh the Jag in this week, not the Jag, the Range Rover in this week. Went to take the number plate off to put it onto her car, and the DVLA being as archaic as they are, oh no, you can't do it online because it's been in the trade within the last 5 years. 5 years. People don't keep cars that long anymore. It's ridiculous. So I've got to send off the form. So I said, well, I want to scrap it this week. You know, it's not going to go anywhere. They went, no, you can't scrap it because we might need to inspect it. So you've got to sit on it and wait. So that's just got to sit here for however long it's going to take them to do that. In the history, you know, in the past, it's taken a week, it's taken 4 weeks. So God knows how long it's going to sit there for. Real frustrating. It's a parking space I've lost and some pennies I could do with in the bank. But anyway, so that's that. So today's Thursday. I've just fitted the wiper motor mount on the Defender. I'd obviously fitted the wiper motor without the heater box in because they weren't captive. It was bolts behind. So as I undone, they fell out. So So I've now got riv nuts in, so you can just take them in and out from the front. So that's that. Next job, I think, is looking to get the front end on. I think that's where we need to go next. I forgot how much of a pain in the arse it is to get this bumper on. You've got to tape the nut and the washer and a spanner and get it through this front drain hole here to get to the bottom of the nut, because obviously the sides are blocked in, as are the underneath. So yeah, it's a bit awkward. I've done that side. Oh, I need that. But yeah, fiddly, but we'll get there. Right, well, we've got that front bumper on. We've got the winch wired up. Haven't wired the fogs up yet, or spot through. I'll come round to those. Got the grille and the grille surrounding. I have got the air horn mounted under there and run the pipe, or not cable tied it yet, but pipe is run inside. So really, it's a matter of getting the bonnet and stuff on now and making sure that all fits. But I'm reluctant because I've still probably got some work to do in here. I don't really know. I don't think it'll really make much difference because obviously we can fold it right back. So I suppose that could go back on. But if I put it on and then put the crossbar in for the roll cage, I won't be able to fold the bonnet back. But I might wait actually, because it's more of a two-person job, isn't it? It's a bit awkward on your own. So I think I'll wait for that. But we are getting there. Yeah, every step is a step closer. Been doing a bit of wiring this afternoon. I was just testing those with that bit of wire just to make sure they worked. I've got to run them to the headlights. But I've got the perimeter lights up. So I've got the front, I've got the side. The rear one isn't great. I'll replace that at some point, but it works for now. And then one on this side. So I've just run all the wires. Obviously I've got to secure them all and put them in, connect them all up properly, like cable tie them to the cage and stuff, but we're getting there. I've also done the fuel pump wiring and the starter motor wiring, so they are all working now. Yeah, I think that's it for the minute. There we go, just wiring in the spotlights as well, so we are almost there on lighting, I think. Right, so another week has come to a close. As you can see, I've got a few more bits done on Defender. I've got this back together, well I say back together, back underneath each other, ready to start putting the body back on when some other bits arrive. So I think that's it for the weekend. I am here all day Sunday. I've got a couple of friends coming over to give me a hand or to do work on the caravan ready for the summer season and the shows. So, but for now, I will leave this here and I'll see you next week. Not sure what we got next week yet, but something will come along. So have a good one, guys. Take care.